Okay, so in this video, I am going to. It's acting as like a end of year for Diablo 4 review. I could go on Diablo 3, show you that, but the last season, the Paragon Cap, like I didn't really do anything on there. So we're gonna go over Diablo 4, and this is gonna act as a sort of recap and a HoTA bar build. Um, Mostly because in a second I'm going to switch to Whirlwind, and I need this as a soft reference to go back to this HoTA because I already know Whirlwind is like not gonna be as good as HoTA in the end. But here we go. So, uh, just the other day I did a stream called Day of Duriel. We ran Duriel 700 times, bringing my total up to 866 kills, and I found all the Uber uniques, all of them. The only one I don't have is the spear. That's because I play on Barb, so um, can't drop the spear. I could run like 100 more times on a sorceress, but I don't feel like leveling that up just to get the spear. That's like bad anyway. So anyway, here's the results from that. Got like 700 more runs. Basically, I put in this many mats, and then my friend literally refunded them to me. He's like, hey, like, uh, you're doing these runs. Here's more so that mine in your community, whenever you're on, you can run them, and then whenever I'm on, I trade him back some materials. So that's what this is. This is 700 worth. Well, less than that now, but he basically refunded all my materials I put in for helping his community. Super nice of the guy. Twitch.tv/me nasty. I got the Midwinter Blight um aspect. That event was kind of fun. Um, Could have had a lot more to it, but it didn't. So it is what it is. Uh, let's see. Got the Ring of the Starless Skies. Actually, three of them. One's on my Necromancer. So these Uber Uniques now roll perfect stats, and so out of 866 runs, I got two Rings of the Starless Skies, three Andariel's Visage, three Doombringer, three Grandfather, and this ring sucks, but it's here because it's the first unique that dropped during the season. Obviously, it dropped when I hit level 55 because it requires 55. So, um, I guess if you're a new player wondering how long it takes to get a unique, that's probably won't see one until you get into the Paragon levels. I got a bunch of packs. This is my stuff that I'm setting up for Whirlwind. This is just a bunch of summoner necro stuff that I don't play anymore because I now play Bone Spear way better. This is just, again, just all, if you look, they're mostly summoner aspects because I just kept a bunch of them for uh, summoner. This is my uniques, like good uniques tab. This is like almost a maxed X Falls. Got a bunch of the malignant rings. Got like two more of these yesterday, but they rolled like the lowest stats they could. I got red rings of fear. I used this on my bone spear until I got the melted heart. Got the melted heart, which is insane for Barb because I'm invincible with this on. Um, so now let's talk about HoTA, right? So, um, Harlequin Crest, an insane chest piece with damage and um, uh, whatever the armor aspect is. I'm gonna change this out soon because the armor aspect needs to go in my pants when I switch to Whirlwind. I actually found these uh, 4 to HoTA. I don't know why I rolled attack speed, but it also had lucky hit, which is cool. Now it actually made my lucky hit 60% instead of 50%. This mace is like insane. I think I found this on a Diablo run too, and I slammed this imprint on it for the quake. I heard I'm supposed to not be using this here and use this like on the gloves or something. I don't know. I just like the big 30% sounds big, I guess. I don't know. Doombringer, I'm switching Whirlwind to literally test this because I want to actually see the shadow proc. That sounds cool. The sword, it doesn't matter. All it's here for is for the bleed. I have no other source to make bleed, so this aspect's here for bleed. Um, Arguably the best weapon in like any Diablo game. This is dumb. The grandfather. Pretty sure it's also the rarest item in the game. Because out of all the Uber uniques, this one, I, even though I've seen it 3 times, this one. Oh man, the amount of runs in between each one of these dropping was dumb. But the stats are dumb. Basically you crit all the time, so this takes your damage and just doubles it. Basically what this sword says in a nutshell. Melted Heart, basically makes you invincible because you always have Fairy. Um, I've ran into situations where I run into like the Butcher and he can kill me because he'll hit you for your entire Fury pool and your whole health pool like on tier 100, but it's like the only thing, and he's not even scary. Like you can kill him in like 2 HoTAs, but yeah, he can like something like that can be scary. I don't know about Avatar Azir. I haven't tried it enough to tell you. I think I'm on like tier 5. Um, so that's cool. I got these insane rings. I bought both of these on Diablo.trade. Just yesterday, I finally found the perfect shout cooldown old chieftains. Um, I don't know why. I think just more lucky hit. Uh, Resource gen is the main thing. Basically, with HoTA, every time you hit HoTA, you lose like all your fury. So it's kind of like the gameplay is kind of like you hit lunging once, hammer once, lunging once, hammer once. It's kind of how it feels. Not exactly how it plays, but how it feels, right? Expertise, we got all of them maxed out. Um, I needed more source of bleed, so I put on this. I needed, yeah, I needed more bleed. This is actually gonna get changed back to this one. I go Whirlwind. Axe is technically better. It's just 15% more damage, but um, before I got the aspects and stuff, this bleed was nice. All right, let's go over the Paragon. So starting node, strength. You just go. This side seems like the side you should go up, but actually, um, to make the first glyph work, you want to go up this side. Go up here. First glyph I have in here is Crusher. Um, Basically, as HoTA, HoTA only ever uses your mace. So I think you can change it to your dual wield, but you never do that, and it can't use the slashing weapon. So um, you're always using the mace. So Crusher's fine. Um, the guide I watched had put points like over here that makes the glyph better, but actually I wanted this rare node. I feel like this rare node was more damage than uh, more 5 more strength on this glyph. But anyway, we go up. Um, Berserking duration becomes kind of important. Um, Baseline, it can only last like 3 seconds, I think. Increase it by a lot, 15%. So goes up to like 4 seconds. Caps out at 5, I believe. But what's dumb about berserking is you can get berserk, and then after the 5 seconds, you can just get berserk again right away. So it's like the downtime's like 0.5 second. It's I don't get why that's the case, but all right. Um, this is where I chose to put my Tears of Blood that I haven't leveled like at all, but because this node has the most strength around it, and that's really what you want. Because Tears of Blood makes these rare nodes insane, and it gets more powerful based on what stat you have around it. Before this glyph came out, I had Iron here. I hadn't even leveled. Um, Basically just damage reduction, but this is such big damage, Tears of Blood, that you don't even need Ire because now you just kill everything anyway. You don't need damage reduction if it's just dead anyway. Um, I'm over here. More damage to elites, more berserking damage. Just free. Here's another thing. The guide I went off went this way and picked up cold resist. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go get the legendary. I just like this just extra attack speed for nothing. Um, this build was glass cannon until I got the uber uniques, and now it doesn't matter. Everything's dead in one HoTA, one cast of hammer. So go up here. Um, you definitely need to come over here. This introduction while fortified is nice because you're always fortified. Um, every 12 seconds, your next skill is guaranteed to overpower. Overpower is the main thing for HoTA. This makes it so every 12 seconds you'll one-shot anything in the game, pretty much. And if you're running up to like a boss like Uber Lilith or something, this is going to be up, right? Because you haven't done anything, so this is crazy. Go up here, grab some more life. Um, this actually was my first glyph that I put in the season. First one I leveled up and everything. This glyph marshal is insane. Every time you cast a shout, the other shouts, it just reduces all cooldown of every shout by like 6 seconds. I don't like the wording on this, but this is here because it literally gives 100% bonus to this. It's just huge overpower damage because everything around this is overpower. The blues around this. Why you want Marshall here? Keep going. So, you want to get as many points in strength as you can, obviously, but sometimes it makes you get modes you don't want. Dex is okay too because it's crit strength. Come over here again, more berserking nodes. You need the berserking nodes. It seems optional, but it's really not. Like this is 7.5, down 15%. So now berserking is like capped. Um, this basically reads every time you kill something that's bleeding, which is literally everything you kill because of expertise, right? I put in. Um, Close that. Anyway, this basically says you just get max berserking every time you kill something that's bleeding. Also, it makes berserking 25% stronger, so that's cool. Blood Rage is nice. Then you come over here to this tree. And again, the guide I went off, had you going all the way, got all these, and had you going this way of this damage while fortified. I didn't want that. Obviously, Warbringer is insane. This is like probably the best legendary node. Again, literally every time you hit HoTA, you're spending like 101 Fury, so this instantly gives you 3,000 fortify. Like, again, you'll always be fortified for like 4 times your health pool. You're not even gonna worry about that in this build. Strength, Dex. Came over here. Again, this data went over here to get this Fury on kill. Actually, looking at it now, maybe I should go here and kills really good. However, at the time I needed more resist, and it was buffed by the wrath. This is very important. Skills that critically hit Draenei 3 Fury. Um, Basically, if you don't crit, it's you hit like a wet noodle. If you crit, everything's dead. So it's a game of have to crit. It's not really an optional thing. I mean, the critical strike chance like super high on this anyway. Anyway, yeah. So that's the Paragon board. Go over it one more time, slowly, so that reference for if I ever do this, come back to this build. All right, okay. Um, Gotta talk about this last board. I forgot. Come over here. Strength, strength, strength. Now this one it seems intuitive to go down, but you actually have to go up. This requires dexterity. Exploit is insane too. Uh, Everything you hit is just vulnerable, which gives you like another 200% multiplier on. So, I other people don't use exploit anymore. I still think it's one of the best glyph out of all of them. I think this is still better than Tears of Blood even. The fact you just make things vulnerable by it. Um, look, you get more dex, which is even more vuln damage. Again, it seems intuitive to go down, but you actually want to go up for the dexterity. And you want this legendary node because it also works with the exploit. Yeah, every time you make it enemy vulnerable, you just get 10% damage. And it's another 10% if they're fallen and overpowered, which won't happen with Whirlwind, but it's crazy on this HoTA build. Skill tree. I have 4 skills and everything because of the Harlequin crest, so I'm actually going to off first. Um, Lunging strike is just the best choice for. You actually could use frenzy, you could use bash, you could use flay. However, the advantage of this lunging strike is it says it lunges, but it like kind of just teleports you to your target. You could pick battle lunging strike, but there's no reason to. Everything's bleeding already or dead. I like the this. It just has a chance to berserking for nothing. Um, it doesn't really matter. I don't. Wish I didn't have to. Combat. This is kind of just whatever. This does nothing. I'm not here. Obviously, 5 points in Hammer of the Ancients. The other 4 points are from my gloves. Um, this is a really good enhanced stamina actions. Just get like I said, you can cap your fury like every hit because of this. Get 30% more fury on top of her. Furious stamina actions is better. Looking at this now, um, this makes the top end damage way better. This is probably more consistent because you're overpowering a lot with the build. So this just gives you a flat 30%. This can be up to 100 and 120%, but it's so inconsistent because your fury is like a friggin' ping pong ball. So I haven't messed. Once I got this build solid, I stopped messing with it. Um, Down here, this is a 1 point wonder. This you could actually take points out of this. It's just free damage reduction against elites, but why would you not pick this up? Um, Shouts, you want Rallying Cry. Rallying Cry grants Unstoppable, which this season, when you paid, you're unstoppable. So, um, Tactical Rallying Cry is huge. This is another 20% gen for you. Again, your fear just goes up and down. These are both 1 point wonders. This just gives you thorns and a bunch more thorns. Um, yeah, these are 1 point wonders because it gives you thorns and then just makes them bleed when they hit you. So it's free. It procs a bunch of stuff by itself, just putting 1 point in each of these. Challenging Shout. You don't need Challenging Shout. You could actually do like Iron Skin, Ground Stomp, whatever you want. I just like it because it's another shout, so it works with the aspects and stuff. The guide I saw didn't have a point in here, which I don't understand because this gives you fury when you get hit. So I took a point out of like here and put it here, extra fury. I don't know if it actually works now with Fortify. I feel like maybe that's why the guy didn't have it. I think you actually have to take damage. I don't think you could take damage to your Fortify. And with my Melted Heart, um, again, I don't take damage, so I don't know if that works. But I just like the point there. It could probably be moved, but I have. Okay. Um, Warcry. This is just gives you damage when you press the button. You always press these three together, so it just gives you max berserking again, and you could get more fortified, but why? Might as well just get more damage. So basically, once you start getting really good items, you switch from mighty to Warcry. Here you want the booming voice is crazy. It just makes them a quarter longer. And guttural yell is fun too. Um, this 12% is crazy. This is like multiplicative instead of additive. I don't know why, but this is like required. These two, 3 out of 3. You don't want raid leader. I used to think it was really good, but the issue is with the melted heart. This will actually take fury away from you when you get melted heart. You have to take the can't use raid leader anymore. Um, Again, that god I saw had more points in Warcry and no points here. They had 4 out of 5 in Warcry. I didn't. I took points out of here, and like to me, this is the in Blizzard games. This is Note is crazy. This is the best thing in Blizzard games. It's just free movement speed, and on a melee class that you need to be like running around hitting things. 12% movement speed. This is like mandatory, I think. Um, you're always berserking again, so this is production. Theory Gen, and your ping pong ball, Fury Globe, whatever. Um, Pit Fighter is cool. Um, you're always close again. You're at barbs. So this is 9% damage for nothing because you're always close. Let's see. Slaying Strike. You could put points here. Could put points here, but this becomes again. They're not injured. They're just instantly dead. They're not slowed or anything because they're also instantly dead. So once you start getting really good gear, these points can get moved, which I did move. Um, I probably don't need 2 points here anymore. Um, yeah, actually, you know what? I could move thick skin. I probably want counter offensive. Oh, once you get really big gear, you probably want. They're always fortified for so much, and then this is another 6% damage reduction. All right, let's. The ultimates doesn't matter. You could pick Wrath, the Berserker. I like it because it just kind of like goes with the whole theme. You could actually do Iron Maelstrom and the two linking ones. You could do all the actions and the two linking ones. The ultimate doesn't matter. It just depends what you like. All the actions seems to like give really a lot of theory. Yeah, see this Supreme. Or like basically maxes like as long as your ancients are up and doing things for this. What is it? 6 seconds. Pretty much 6 seconds. You just have capped fury. Iron Maelstrom, I've never tried it. It's like awesome looking. I've seen other people play. You could use it, but again, I like Berserker. Gives you berserking, and then it makes you like every time you hit, you just do like 10% more damage. Every time you hit, while this is up, your final hit, your final second of this is when you want to pop everything because you'll be doing huge damage. Again, I just like it because it goes with the theme. Let's see. Um, Wallop, need this. Another 15% when they're vulnerable, which they always will be because of exploit. Brute Force, it's another 45% overpower damage. Um, you could use this. When I was super low level, I had a point out of here, and I took a point out of reduced damage from elites. When I was like level 70 or whatever, I actually played with concussion. Um, this gives you like makes your stagger bar go up really fast. It says lucky hit, but because Hammer Ancients is 50% lucky hit, mine 60 because of my buffs. But um, so it says lucky hit is like added together. I don't know. It's actually like only a 10%, but it stuns them for 3 seconds, which the stagger bar goes like half, and then it staggers bosses like so. You don't need it though when you get to these gear levels and you just everything's dead in one hit. It does nothing. Um, Another thing, leveling a barb, you never want to do unbridled rage until you get a lot of gear. Um, there comes a point where unconstrained is your best friend. This makes berserking last up to 10 seconds, and it gives it 60% more. It says damage, but that's actually gives you berserking. It increases everything it says down here. It says 25% damage, 15% movement speed. It actually increases both of those things by 60%. Um, and it makes your berserking last 10 seconds. It's really good. However, comes a point when you can't. spend your your fury will just always be capped, and you just sit there and spam hammers or spam whatever core ability you're using. That's when you need to switch to unbridled rage. Um, you need to be spending your fury, and this just makes it do 135% increased damages. This is insane. Um, again, I can't really tell you when that point is, but uh, from like 1 to maybe 65, I'd use unconstrained. Maybe go on bridled rage once you start assembling your HoTA build. That's it for the showing you how it works. A couple more keynotes. Overpower damage, obviously, and everything. Because again, once you get to this level of gear, that's all that matters is the overpowers. You want to overpower everything all the time. And actually, for blues, a lot of people I see debate between blues and reds. I've done the testing. I think blues are better. 3% damage reduction while fortified. Always fortified. This is like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yeah, it's like 15% DR. If I ran life in here, which are reds, I'd have like 30k life. Again, I've done the testing. I think this is better. Now, another big point. I tried Rob's, what was it called? Injured Barb. You literally get hit on purpose. You let your health go down. You don't do anything until you're down to like 1 hit point. And then because of the melted heart, you never press push. You literally stay at like super low life the whole time. That's what these pants were for. 42% damage reduction while injured. Basically, if I ever get injured, I don't take damage anymore. This is like shield wall on a pair of pants. It's crazy. Um, Speaking of that, I kind of don't want dodge chance. That's what it should have been the whole time. Okay, sure. A little bit of that in the video. All right, let's do here 100. Like, so everybody knows, I haven't played this in I played D4. Like, I've been just doing Duriel for 3 days, so I can't. If I die or something, you can laugh at me. I don't know how this is gonna go. I haven't played this the normal part of the game in 3 days. I've been killing Mr. Bugman. But see what I mean? Everything's just instantly dead. This dungeon is... I wish the trees would come up right away or whatever. You just, every time you run into a pack of monsters, you just press your shouts. You just run around, press your shouts when you see monsters. Um, I usually use Wrath as like a filler when I have no shouts up. I just... Wrath of the Berserker seems to be a good filler ability for when you don't have shouts up. See, like right here, they're hurting me because don't have shouts up. Once you get your shouts up, everything's dead again. The build is very much, it's not so much even HoTA, it's the shouts. I don't like how every build in the game, like the best builds are based on just the shouts and nothing else. Basically, what the shouts do is they make your Fury maxed every time, or makes your Fury always capped, basically. Sorry, I didn't know where I was going. Also, I hate this affix with the thing that chases you. But what are you gonna do? Also, I'm gonna go over the vampiric powers too quickly after this run. I have to remind myself somehow. Vampiric powers barely matter. You could play the. Actually, I do play this on Eternal Realm too. Don't get me wrong, they help because the evade is unstoppable season, but Season of Blood is going to be done soon, so the guide still stands. You could still play this without the vampiric powers. That's why I didn't forgotten to mention it because HoTA doesn't. HoTa's so strong it doesn't matter. See what I mean about the lunging strike too? It pretty much just teleports you to whatever you're lunging at. See, and there's moments like this where I don't understand. Sometimes you just do no damage at all. I think if you don't crit or don't overpower, um, it hits like a wet noodle. But if you're built right, you shouldn't be. I was focused on talking about it. Basically, if you build it right, it shouldn't be too hard to crit or overpower. I think I'm missing some crit. I could re-roll some items or crit. Um, I definitely don't need more overpower damage. I think I need more critical strike. Because again, when what a crits, it's dumb. I'm just looking for the objective here. Yeah, and I'm not sure what's going on. I have no shouts. I guess. I guess that's what's going wrong with it. Sure. And I spent 3 days since I played the normal game. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, but technically HoTA should always one shot like it. Indeed, if you want to see absolutely disgusting damage, you pop the shouts and Wrath of the Berserker, and this happens to them. Even my lunging strikes hits for like 5 mil. Now it struggles a little on bosses. Not sure why. Again, I'm not. I don't know why. Sometimes it just. Now I got everything up. He's dead. I need to figure out what the deal is with bosses. Yeah, that's how you. That's that. Also, have no clue what I'm doing with my glyphs. I'm gonna respec Whirlwind anyway, so I just kind of slammed whatever in there. So that's tier 100 done with the HoTA. It's pretty easy. Look at anything anymore. Everything's so pointless. Just go trade for it if you somebody found a better item than you anyway. So let's talk about a couple more things that's happened in Diablo since I stopped that video. They added the Abattoir of Zir, which I haven't gained. Like I said, I went up to like tier 5 and then didn't mess with it. I know I need to do it because the glyph and the XP off the thing. You can get all your glyphs to like 21 in like 10 rounds, but I haven't messed with it. That's on me. Don't think it's a bad system or anything. Can't comment on it really. However, I want to talk about this event. Midwinter Blight was kind of cool. It's going to be back every Christmas apparently, but all around this purple area, and it's a huge portion of the map. It's like something. All around the purple area, you could collect these shards. You could turn the shards into this guy. There's like a small quest chain to unlock this guy. It gave you like a cool cloak thing you can wear on your back, and just some cosmetics. I heard this shard is really like the aspect's really good, but after this event ends in like 10 hours from now, I heard it's gonna be deactivated or whatever. So I bought it just to have it, but don't use it. People were talking about Gillian's brew is insane for the Abattoir of Zir. I don't know. I bought a bunch of them, 50 extra bells. Um, Basically, you'd run around the midwinter, uh, and everything would drop. No matter what you killed, it always dropped blighted fragments. The rares and stuff, elites and whatnot, would drop lost heirlooms, and these little totems would drop these heirlooms. And the red cloaked horror, which was like a chance to spawn like is super rare, or you could find them in the events. You trade all these things in for bells, and then trade the bells for stuff. It was a cool system, cool event, but wasn't worth doing for longer than like one day. Um, Last thing I want to talk about is the Uber Uniques. Um, I find it funny that the Harlequin Quest it's historically always been green. I don't know why it's red now, but it's hilarious that it makes you look like a superhero. Um, I'm gonna spec Whirlwind right after this video to try the Doombringer, see what it rocks like. Do this big shadow damage. Around for a bit. Um, I guess my complaint about it is the average player shouldn't have to run Dural 800 times to get all of them. Um, I know people are like at like 1200 runs and still don't have certain ones. Um, it's a really bad system. I get it's cool that Blizzard finally made them accessible because before Duriel was in the game, um, their chances of dropping was like astronomical, like one in trillions. Now it's like one in 100 runs or whatever, but that's still really bad. Um, how do I put this? I have friends and family who play this game who are never ever going to see this item or this item or this item or this item. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. Um, Normally I like to bash Blizzard, but Blizzard's been getting a lot of W's lately, and I always like take community feedback. They're always pushing, "Oh, we're listening, we're listening." Fix the system, please. Um, I want to be able to target farm the Harlequin crest, but not kill Duriel 100 times. Can I have an alternative way to do this? What if I like doing the outside events, right? I'm not saying I'm one of these guys, but let's say I really like doing the whispers. Why can't each whisper drop a fragment of the Harlequin crest? And if you do like 1,000 trees, you can get the stupid helmet. You could just go craft it. Where's the crafting system, Blizzard? I complained about this when the game came out. I complained about it in season one. I'm complaining about it again now because 766 runs later, and I found one of these. Right? Um, that's bad. All right, vampiric powers. Talk about it. The packs don't matter. Figure it out for yourself. I just slap on a bunch of skulls because I need a bunch of skulls for my farming the season thing. But the season of blood was really easy. If this pack thing continues into like Eternal Realm, don't worry about it. You figure it out. It's getting all five of your powers active is stupid easy. Um, Blood Boil is insane. Um, and this is another one that makes guaranteed overpower. But also the little 3 volatile blood drops. You saw me when I was running around in tier 100. It says it only deals 3,000 damage, but I don't think this tooltip is right. I think it does a percentage of the monster's health. Um, this is insane for the season. It's insane for any build that overpowers. This is really cool. Okay, resilience. Um, this is just another. It's like another version of shield wall. Like again, like if I tried to play low life, I could get down to like here, and nothing could kill. I could just stand there forever. This resilience is only here for like another low health build. You could put anything else in here. Prey on the weak, more vuln damage. Again, exploit vuln all the time. What's cool is this worked with Metamorphosis. If you evade through something with Metamorphosis, they're also have the Vampiric Curse, so then they're vuln permanently. Metamorphosis, this is mandatory on every build this season. It doesn't matter. It makes you unstoppable when you evade. Running through stuff and making them first doesn't matter. It's the unstoppable that matters. Um, this is just another big fortify, and actually the 8% crit is what uh, the crit is actually what this is here for. Because I'm always fortified for that much, I just get 8% more crit. Um, Again, you could replace resilience with like just anything. Um, Action was oh maybe this anticipation ultimate powers. Uh, you know, let's see, could do like first touch. Um, could do a thorns build and do this thorns. Could even do this. Again, I can't. This is the same problem as raid leader in the barbarian tree. You don't want to be healing when you were when I was going for the low life build. Um, you don't want to be healing. Um, Resilience is actually just technically more DR math wise. So if you're thinking about undying, just go resilience. Better. That's that. That's the season theme. What else did I want to talk about here? Uh, One last thing as part of the update. It's on my necro. So we're gonna talk about one thing. This video's already gone on way too long, but one thing. Again, saying that we're listening. We're listening. If you're listening. For the love of God, please fix the Ring of Starless Skies. Um, it says casting a core skill reduces the resource cost of your core skills by 12% up to 40%. However, this doesn't work. Uh, there's people who've tested it, and it resets like every second. It just resets for no reason. Not only does it reset, but it also, because it resets like once a second, it has an uptime of like 4%. Uh, Sounds cool, really cool, but for an Uber unique, this should actually doesn't. Um, so yeah, that's the update on Diablo for now, guys. Um, got some, like I said, I think that hat's funny. Superhero, but yeah, that's pretty much the update on Diablo. I'm really hyped for Diablo 3 Season 30 because it's three different themes that are all really good all in one season. Probably going to be streaming and playing that. Um, and catch me sometime when I'm live. Peace.